Hello, friends. This is Suchi Dubey, and today we will learn how to find and remove the missing values from your data frame. So, let's understand how to find out the missing values in our data frame. I'm using video game sales dataset to show how to run this function. Please refer to my previous video of how to connect CSV file in Jupyter to learn more about it. So here is my file which I have created in a form of a data frame. And now I wanted to know that how many in this data frame are the missing values. So the function that we have to write is null. So that's the name of my data frame, data dot is null. And if I just run this function, it will generate an output which will be in Boolean, which means that it will give me an information in the form of true and false, but probably that will not serve my purpose. So let's see what will happen if I just run this function. So the moment I ran this function, I can see that these information, which is all my data frame, they are giving in me in Boolean, which means true and false. And I fail to understand that how many are the missing values. Therefore, I need a summarized answer, and I'm going to edit this by just writing sum and then rerunning the same. Sum and then. Now, this is an output where I have seen that all of my columns is into format like which is showing me that how many null values are there. So, except year and publisher, all of these information are there is no null values, but in the year I have 271 and in the publisher column I have 58 missing information. So before I run any transformation on it, I just need to take care of all of these missing information there, missing values there. And in order to remove these missing values, I am going to write another code for it. The name of that code is dropna, dropna. So that's the meaning of it. And let's see how do we run this. So drop data, which is the name of my data frame, drop NA stands for NaN, which is not a number, which means that it is missing values and it is going to just take care of all of those information which is not a number, so which is basically a missing values. And here I'll just write in place is equal to true. Now let's understand that what is this concept of an in a place here. Now in place is a parameter which means that it will run the operation directly onto my data frame. So whatever the changes that I am going to make, if I am going to incorporate this in place as a true, it means that all the modification will happen in my existing data frame only, right? So in place is very convenient when we want to modify the existing data frame without creating any new one. However, we have to use this with caution, because modifying data using in place can make it harder to trace changes, especially if you're dealing in large code bases. So let's say I wanted to modify my existing data frame, and that is the reason I have ran this and in place. And once this is done, it has not generated error. It means that the query has been ran, but I just wanted to ensure that whether it has ran the correct query and whether the changes in my data frame has happened or not. So in that way, again, I'm just going to write data is null. Data is null. And then again, I wanted to find the summary of it. So sum, and it will generate an output. So here is my output. I can see all our zeros, which means all of the columns in my data set are basically doesn't have any missing values now. So this is the way how to run and the codes to find out and remove the missing values in your data frame. Thanks for watching. Have a happy learning.